All right. First of all, Christmas Eve. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
To you. Max Kellerman, Rich Paul, Game Over. Subscribe. See, I do all
Please
that
subscribe.
stuff. This
You
little
have to
house
say,
cleaning.
Max, you have to say, please subscribe.
No, please.
Yeah.
Can't beg
We're
people
trying
to
to
subscribe.
we're trying to build a show.
All right. Listen.
See, that's another embarrassment of riches.
What's
You
that?
used to be on TV at these big,
You don't have to ask for the,
Right. I'm used to building out the trunk.
Okay.
So please subscribe. Thank you.
Listen, I know you don't like lists, but
depending on what list it is.
Hierarchical thinking is what animates a lot of sports talk, right? Like the reason you're watching sports is to figure out who's better. Two teams go head to head. Who wins? Who's in second place? Who's in third place?
No. Please don't tell me you're going down this road,
we're going.
Max.
I think we have to go down this road sometimes, Rich.
Oh.
I know. Does it make it hard for you when we do this because you have business interests?
I'm not talking GOAT. Please, no GOAT.
Well, we'll cross that bridge when we get to it, I guess.
Oh, God.
Olympic basketball, you've been talking to me about?
The Olympics is 4 years away. I mean, no, it's not.
2 years
it's 2 years away.
Yeah. There's tanking. There's the Christmas games, NBA and NFL.
Looking forward to that.
Well, we have some stuff to get into.
Do you have a peach? You ever had peach cobbler?
Of course.
Like real peach cobbler.
As a matter of fact,
not
yes.
out the store bought peach cobbler.
No, well, except that
that's not peach cobbler. That's peaches that was in a can.
No. Like I've had real peach cobbler. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
You think you had real peach cobbler? Peaches is not here anymore. You would have had real peach cobbler.
Your mom hooked it up.
Oh, the best.
Yeah.
She used to have so many. Let me just tell you something. My mom would bake cakes and pie. Like, what's your favorite pie?
Probably at this point in my life, it's probably cherry pie.
Okay.
Yeah.
Michael's, what's your favorite pie? So you and Michael are coming over. This is Max's cherry pie.
Oh, yeah.
Nobody touches it. This is Michael's pumpkin pie.
Yeah.
Nobody touches it. Everybody that came over to the house had their own cake and pie. There was so many
good.
cakes and pies. Oh. And when I tell you, she used to have people calling my phone, friends of mine. Hey, man, your mom, I got this. I'm like, what? She was a hustler. So you haven't had a peach cobbler until you had peaches. But unfortunately,
I'll
get my sister Brandy to make you one. It's just the closest thing to
Love it.
Yeah.
I had a close friend whose mother used to do that on my birthday. She would hook up some fried chicken or some or an apple pie.
You know, it really hurts the kids when they do that because my mother would cook
sweet potato pie.
Each kid their own breakfast.
Right.
But that's not realistic.
No, right.
And see, I found out the trick. Grandparents do this type of stuff because they don't have to. They don't live with it.
They don't have to do it every day.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, but I'm a short order cook around my kids. My girls are with me. They all want something different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm a short order DoorDash.
Yeah, me too, really. But
I'm the best short order.
But for breakfast, I'll hook up French toast. I'll hook up an omelet. I'll hook up all that stuff for breakfast. Then the rest of the meals they can.
Do you know my order time on DoorDash? Very fast. You have no idea.
Why?
Because I'm lined up.
Oh, you're saying not from them to get to you. You're saying when you put in the order.
When I put the order in for the kid, yeah.
Yeah.
It's a real talent.
Takes me forever. Plus, I'm
but
in different places.
We won't be having DoorDash tomorrow for Christmas. We're going to have a really nice meal. Yeah.
You're cooking the whole meal, putting it together?
I'm not cooking.
With a chef's hat on and an apron?
We'll have someone cooking, and then we're going to dinner, and, we're going to go to dinner as a family.
Nice.
It's going to be great. It's going to be nice.
It's the best. Every culture, because it's the solstice, right? Brian Kenny used to talk about this when we do a boxing show years ago.
Cube.
The December 21st is the shortest day of the year, right? The solstice. Every culture from a colder climate will have some kind of holiday around there where the family gets together because it's cold, the day is short, and they all have some kind of something where everyone's coming together.
Are you a Rummy Cube guy?
Am I what? No.
Rummy Cube.
No.
I have to show you how to play.
Yeah.
We play.
Really?
Adele and I go at it.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's really good, but it's like a...
No, I do. I'll do the New York Times games on the app, but I'm with someone who can do them much
definitely
are. You're
faster
than I can.
You're the dumbest person in the house.
Yeah, I'm the dumbest person in the house.
Sure.
by far, and it's there's constant reminders of it. Yeah, yeah.
So that means you're not Muhammad Kellerman.
No, I'm not. I'm
in the
Muhammad
house.
Kellerman in my house. No, I'm the sparring partner. Yeah, I'm coming out of there with lumps. Yeah, yeah. All right, you ready to do this?
Let's do it.
Game Over is presented by FanDuel. FanDuel's got it all. Same game parlays, quick bets for jumping in live and your way, so you can build the bet that fits your play. Plus, don't miss out on holiday offers and surprises all month long. Download the FanDuel app or head to FanDuel.com/GameOver to get started. 21 and over and present in select states or 18 and over and present in D.C., Kentucky, or Wyoming. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit rg-help.com. Call 1-888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org/chat in Connecticut.
What's the hat doing on the table today?
Well, I wore my do-rag for too long, so I got these. Can you see my lines?
Yeah, you overdid ragged it.
But I don't really want to wear the hat because the reason why I wear my do-rag is
so
to
the
lay my
hair
hair
is
down.
right, yeah.
Do you wear a do-rag sometimes?
No, never.
You could.
No, I mean, like, I just get out of the shower and I put a little stuff in it, boom, out the door.
You'd be like Maxwell Kellerman if you wore a do-rag and woke up. You tie it to the front.
Could you imagine?
I mean, you could do it. Christmas Eve.
It's a look.
You look very Christmassy.
I got on my Christmas sweater.
Is that Ralph?
Yeah, of course, yeah.
Ralph
Americana.
Ralph is timeless, man.
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
I'm jealous.
Really?
Yeah, I don't have that. Did they have that in the small?
I don't know. This is old. Look at this.
That's a flex.
Yeah, this is an old one. For
When
sure.
anytime somebody asks you, do they have that in a certain size, and you go, I don't know, man, this is old. That's a flex.
I guess, but I'm not flexing really. I mean, it might be a flex.
It is a flex because what you're saying is, I got so many. I just have pieces.
I mean, but really, it's because it's. A matter of fact, that's
an embarrassment of riches.
An embarrassment of riches.
That's the second one.
That's right. We have to brand it. Yeah,
that's the second one. Okay,
we've been talking forever about getting into Kobe and the reactions to Kobe. Because remember, like a week or two ago, there was this memorabilia story about a Kobe Bryant card sold for $1.2 million.
Yes,
and we were gonna first of all, do you have anything like that in your collection? I mean, you must have crazy memorabilia, right?
Not as you know what I have. Yeah, I do have. I have a Michael Jordan. That is when you get a jersey signed, you could do this thing called getting it authenticated.
Sure.
So I have that authenticated by Upper Deck. He actually signed that. You know, MJ had a camp back in. I worked MJ's camp in 2002.
What do you do when you say you worked it? So
funny thing is, I was a counselor. So this is what happened. You got all these All-Americans, right? And at this time, it was LeBron, Carmelo, Luau Ding, Indy Eby, Ricky Paulding, T.J. Ford, Kurt Heinrich, Chris Thomas.
Was that the year that the McDonald's All-American game was in D.C.? And
that wasn't a McDonald's All-American game. That was the Jordan Capital Classic.
Oh, okay.
People get that confused. I was just meeting with Deborah Lee, and she said the same thing. But it's Jordan Capital Classic. But for whatever reason, I worked the camp. And I was a counselor. And I went to school. I mean, not to school. I grew up in the same neighborhood. Jawad Williams, who played at North Carolina, who was a McDonald's All-American, grew up in my neighborhood. So long story short, I had the jerseys and I swapped him out of jersey for his All-American, warm-up.
Signed?
No, it's not signed, but I'm saying at the time, I just swapped him out. And because I just used to like to have different things, not knowing that I would be at this camp in Santa Barbara. So anyway, here I am around these All-Americans, and I got the McDonald's All-American in my suitcase. We hanging out, we working the camp. Guess who was on my team? I was a counselor. Lil Romeo was on my team, and Marcus Jordan. They was kids. So I had the Jordan jersey signed there. And then I got Kobe's last jersey that he wore in Cleveland. Lo and behold, Kobe comes out the thing. You know, he's not really, I think he switched some shoes with LJ or something like that. And I'm not thinking nothing of it, but I asked him during the game, I was like, Kobe, if you can, because, you know, if you can, I would like to get that jersey. Yeah. So he come out and he's walking like 2 security guards, whatever. And he's like, yo, Rich. And he had it like over his thing. And he had it literally signed to me, and I had that hanging up. So that's pretty cool. So
and those are probably valuable.
Very valuable.
Yeah.
And I have some other things for sure, but.
I used to, like, when I was a kid, I had baseball cards. I had some valuable baseball cards just because I'm old now. So when, you know, I was young, you know, when enough time has passed that this guy's rookie is worth a lot or that guy's rookie.
We used to do that. There was nothing. I had gotten to that phase of the card thing.
Yeah.
And we used to go to every store. And you know what? Those card things is like buying scratch-offs. You know how you buy a scratch-off?
You got to see what you get.
You're not winning. Yeah. But I'm buying the Fleer, I'm buying the Tops, I'm buying all these different. And it's like, I got like, I don't know, was in there. It wasn't a Michael Jordan rookie, that's for sure.
Right.
I had like,
but
no
it's
offense to
basketball
this,
cards.
yeah, I had like Vern Fleming.
Yeah.
But I like Vern Fleming.
My most treasured piece of memorabilia is probably not worth anything, but it's my favorite. I have it framed. Is when my brother Sam and I went to the Subway Series in New York in the 40s and 50s, Yankees versus either the Dodgers or Giants every year, right? So it's called the Subway Series. People took the subway to either Yankee Stadium or Ebbets Field or the Polo Grounds. That hadn't happened in whatever it was, from 1957 until 2000, whenever the Subway Series was between the Yankees and Mets. So we're taking the train. We take the 6 up to, or whatever that was at the 4, up to Yankee Stadium. And in the subway station, there are these signs, like during Subway Series, whatever. But it said Subway Series on it. So my brother tears one down. So I tore one down. I still have it. It's like it was up
that's
in the.
pretty cool.
Yeah.
If you can get it
Framed.
signed, it'd be even cooler.
Signed by who? The MTA? Who am I going to get it signed by?
Well, if it was get it signed by a Met or a Yankee.
Yeah.
From back then.
You'd have to get it signed by everybody in the. That was actually the Clemens Piazza game where Clemens throws.
Well, if Roger Clemens signed it, it'd be worth something. I would think that Kobe card's going to go up. He paid how much?
1.2 million.
It's a rookie card?
I don't know what it is. It must be. But anyway, it led me to think about Kobe because this is like ongoing in sports. There's some big classic sports debates, right? It's MJ or LeBron now. Was it more Belichick or Brady, right? Like there are these classic debates in this century, in the 21st century. And when people talk about MJ and LeBron, there's always someone who's going to say, oh, what about Kobe? In other words, he has to be considered among the top 3 of all time. And then there are other people who say he's not even top 10.
Well, that's ridiculous.
By the way, I don't know that I don't know that either position is ridiculous.
What?
But that's what they
to
go
say
from.
First of all, hold on.
Yeah.
Saying Kobe Bryant is not in the top 10 is ridiculous.
Well, I mean, I could name players for whom there are arguments against Kobe.
How? In what manner?
Well, MJ, LeBron,
Great.
right? You would say, okay. So now after MJ and LeBron, you have the bigs.
What?
And there are a lot of bigs. For example, Bill Russell. Here are the bigs that could be named in the top 5.
How are you doing this? Is this based upon what? Skill set?
You can't ever do it based upon skill set because
so
skills always improve every generation, so that eliminates all the old players.
Well, Kobe's skills is any generation.
Sure, no doubt.
He could have played with George Mikan, or he could have played with...
Or today, or whenever.
Yeah, whoever.
Yeah, of course.
And
Bill Russell's skills aren't going to trend. But that's like in the one sport that you can measure objectively. This is the difference between better and greater. You can time track and field, right? You can see what someone runs in the 100, right? In the 100-yard dash. You can then compare their times across eras and say they are always getting better, right? So Jesse Owens is not one of the 10 or 20 best sprinters ever. But you can't say that the 10th best sprinter in the world today who has a better time than Jesse Owens is a greater sprinter than Jesse Owens.
That's fair.
So I'm talking greatness, not better.
Yeah, but okay.
Yeah.
In greatness. Go ahead. I'll let you finish your point.
Bill Russell got 11 rings as a player.
Yeah, but for some reason that doesn't. We don't.
You can discount it, but even if you discount it, what are you going to call it?
I'm not discounting
5 or
it.
6?
Yeah,
You know?
I'm not discounting
right.
it. But
and
people seem to discount it.
Bill Russell, I'm just saying, here are the bigs that you can make an argument need to be top 5. There's not a lot of spaces in the top 5. Bill Russell, Wilt Chamberlain, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, Shaquille O'Neal, okay? Those 4 all have good arguments that should be one of the top 5 or 6 players who ever lived.
Okay.
Now you have MJ and LeBron. So now already you have 6 dudes who look, Kobe and Shaq played on the same team. Shaq was, if you had to compare them, you would rather have Shaq back then when they played more or less in their primes on the same team.
Shaq was extremely dominant, so you can't deny that. And back then, having a big as dominant as Shaq, the game was played inside out.
No doubt.
So
and also Kobe would get him through by the Spurs, let's say, and that was really the championship. And then Shaq would dominate in the finals against a team that really wouldn't have beaten the Spurs even. So I get that. I'm just saying it's not unreasonable to argue Shaq over Kobe. That's not an unreasonable position. So because if 2 dudes play together when they're both more or less in their primes, and one dude was the MVP of the finals, was the first option on offense, was like all these things. I'm not saying that I would put Shaq over Kobe. I'm saying it is not an unreasonable position.
The only thing I would argue against is the first option part is because of how the game was played.
Okay, but that was the fact of the matter, right?
Okay. Yeah.
And even when Shaq left, he won another ring with D. Wade, right? So
yeah, the game was still played. It was starting to change, but
no doubt,
still inside out.
And that affects things. I'm not putting Shaq over Kobe necessarily. I'm saying for people to say that's ridiculous to put Shaq over Kobe, it's ridiculous to say that. Okay,
I said it's ridiculous not to have Kobe in your top 10.
Okay, so I'm saying here's how it gets there. MJ, LeBron, not ridiculous to put over Kobe. MJ for sure. LeBron, I would also put over Kobe, but not ridiculous for someone to put LeBron over Kobe, right? The bigs, because if you put Shaq over Kobe, which is not unreasonable, you might put Bill Russell, who's the biggest winner of all time, over Shaq. Same thing with Wilt Chamberlain, who was like the original Shaq. So now already I just mentioned 5 dudes. Same thing with Kareem.
This is why I don't like lists. But this is why I don't like lists, because
it forces you to make some decisions.
No, but as you're naming all these names, it's hard to compare, first of all, era from era and era and era.
Sure.
Right? As you're naming all these names, the thing that's coming to me is like, just as a historian of the game, and somebody who has a profound respect for those that came before every other, era of superstars or generations of superstars, it's just tough because...
Of course, that's why it's interesting.
And it's tough without... It's hard for me because it's like, how could I name these guys without feeling like I'm disrespecting
Right, so that's why when you say, or when people say, you're not the only one, you have to put Kobe in the top 10. It's disrespectful not to have him, I get that. But then there are 10 other dudes, one of them you're going to be disrespecting to put Kobe in there. My point is, I'm just going to go through to show you how you can get there, okay? I named 6 where it's not outrageous that you have Kobe 7. Okay, so then there's Magic and Bird. Magic and Bird, here's the argument for Kobe. Kobe was their equal in terms of his offensive impact. I don't mean scoring, I mean overall offensive impact. And he was a better defender. So you should put Kobe ahead of those dudes. On the flip side, Magic and Bird always made everyone around them better. Kobe didn't always do that. So I'm not saying necessarily that you need to put Magic and Bird over Kobe. I'm saying that is not an outrageous position.
Can I ask a question?
Either way. So now I'm up to 8 dudes, right? And
but again,
if none of that's outrageous.
No, right. But I have to push back against that because Kobe did what the team called for him to do.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you're saying Magic and Bird made other guys better, which they did, but they also played with guys that, you had the Showtime Lakers.
Yeah.
And the
Celtics were
ridiculous.
ridiculous.
Celtics. Now, once Kobe got Gasol and that team,
no doubt,
different dynamic.
I agree. I
thought he was better at playmaking.
He was.
But he's a natural born scorer. And the thing, the one thing I love about Kobe that I really loved about Kobe, and this is about Mike as well too, and it's differentiate, everybody's different, is the mentality that they had, which was a psychological warfare, right? And I hear everybody talk about, the Mamba mentality and things of that nature. Well, that wasn't the case when he was around, right? And he only really dealt with very few people, but he never allowed you to get familiar with him.
Right.
So therefore, because ultimately familiarity breeds disrespect. And it attributes to a lot of what you saw later on. And still currently today, it's like, when you go to dinner with somebody all the time, or you feel like you see somebody and they speak to you, after a while, it's like, that's just Max.
Right.
But if I see you 9 times and you don't speak to me, and the 10th time you speak to me,
it's a big deal.
It's a big deal.
Yeah.
That's Mike and Kobe.
Right.
So,
okay. I get it. I'm saying that you said, how could you not have Kobe in the top 10?
Yes.
There's KD, who as a scorer is virtually unparalleled. He could score from anywhere, right? And was a better.
So could Kobe.
But he was a better percentage scorer than Kobe. He shot it better, and he's much taller. Okay, so that's an advantage. He also became a great defender.
He don't like to say he's 7 feet tall, so I won't say he's 7 feet tall. I'm going to say he's 6'11 plus.
Right. So, and to be like that. So do I put KD over Kobe? I do not. But if someone wants to make that argument, I can't tell them they're being ridiculous. That's an argument. But I have Kobe
it's
over
all
KD.
Opinion based.
And then there's Tim Duncan, who was Kobe's contemporary. And there's lots of strong arguments pro Duncan over Kobe. Now, in the end, I think those two are close, but I'm taking Kobe. I have Kobe in my top 10. My point is, I named 10 guys where you can't say it's ridiculous to put them over Kobe. That's how you don't get him in the top 10. But Rich, I disagree with those people. In the end, my assessment is he is in the top 10. Can
you say somebody is somebody's contemporary if they don't play the same position?
Yeah, they're still contemporaries.
I'm just asking.
Yeah, contemporary is just time-based.
Right. So
you want to say a peer? Maybe you want to compare him to his peer group, and that only includes position categories? Yeah. But let me make the flip side. That's the argument why Kobe's not in the top 10. Let me make the argument why Kobe is in the top 3, right? If you said who is the most completely skilled player who ever lived, you could easily argue Kobe Bryant, who took MJ's game and made technical improvements because he had a blueprint, right? And he was able to work on that. And he had every single skill you need.
Well, he studied Mike.
He studied him, no question.
And they had the same slender frame.
They were the same height. They played the same position. They had the same coach.
Yeah, the footwork. Well, I think, who was this made a good point? They also played in the same system.
Same, like the triangle, the whole thing.
See, the one thing about the triangle, and Cleveland Benedictine basketball, Coach Frank Novak, we ran a triangle in high school, just so you know, Max.
All right.
Now, I wasn't a great player by no stretch of the imagination, but I dressed well coming out the locker room. But that's neither here nor there.
Until the Warriors came out with that 5-out stuff, triangle was like,
But what I'm saying is what the triangle did, it simplified everything, especially for when you're ultra dynamic, super talented, can do all things.
ISO
you
scorer type.
You kind of need training wheels a little bit to kind of slow it down. And it gets you in spots where it's not so much about you couldn't still have the same amount of points. It allows you to become more efficient. It forces you to become efficient.
And a better teammate because you can use your ISO scoring in service of
it's really it's going to always be a pick and roll on one side and you're coming off a double, you're really coming off a double down on the other side, and then it goes into a pick and roll. So you're going to always have this balance on the floor, which if you're Kobe or Mike in that instance, when you're playing in the triangle, if you get to that spot where you have an 18-footer, you can post. If they draw two, you kick. And that's why Mike was so, he could kick to Paxson, he could kick to Armstrong, he could kick to, because once you bring that help over, everything rotates and you have a shooter on that other side. So that matters.
So there's never been two superstars more similar in any sport ever.
LJ was more similar to Magic.
But like Kobe playing the same position, the same height, copying Jordan, trying to add to it, same coach, same system.
Well, actually, LJ was a little bit different. He had all of those people.
Yeah.
Mike, Magic, Penny.
He was Mike and Magic had a baby. That was how I saw it coming out of high school. Yeah. But my point is with Kobe, there's an argument, not top 10. There's an argument. Look, he's basically a clone of MJ. Now, the difficulty, he can't get to number one because when you compare them, there are ways to compare them directly. MJ wins. More championships.
Who was more skilled between
Kobe because he built on MJ, but marginally. But MJ had better results in his league. He won more championships. Every analytic says he was better, offensively and defensively. He scored more points. He was always the number one option. He won every finals MVP he ever played, et cetera, et cetera. So Kobe runs into MJ as, I brought this up, I think, but people misuse the word emulate when they mean to say imitate, right? Emulate really means when you try to do something better than the original. Kobe really tried to emulate MJ. He didn't quite get there, but it was gutsy for him to do it, but it runs into a problem for him in terms of ever being ranked number one. But my point is, Kobe could be ranked as high as number two, ever, or as low as like 11. That's the range to me for Kobe.
See, the way I like to do this is, and again, I think most people just in society looks at things and be like, oh man, I'm not gonna copy that or I'm gonna do it my own way.
Yeah.
Well, to me, that's idiotic because why wouldn't if I see something great and I have the ability
the blueprint
to get even close to that greatness, why wouldn't I do that?
Right.
That is but this is how society makes you think.
But that's why your dude, that's why LeBron. So I would say Magic and Bird ushered in the modern era of NBA because they came along at the same time that the ABA was absorbed into the NBA, the three-point shot, the game changed, right? TV contracts came in, everyone paid attention. MJ was the greatest player of that modern era. Kobe came closest to MJ in the modern era. To me, LeBron was the first kind of postmodern player in the sense that he was the first guy to come along at that level and say, I'm not just going to do MJ. I'm not going to try I'm doing something new. He combined Magic and MJ. He combined the pass-first mentality with the ability to play above the rim and score and do everything. It's interesting
you said that because you also get criticized for not doing it the way as others has once done it.
Right.
As well, by whomever. But still in all, I would say all those guys you're naming, they added to our game
for sure
in so many different ways.
Where do you have Kobe ranked? Where would you rank him in the end?
I have Kobe ranked in my top 3.
So it's MJ, or for you, it's LeBron, MJ, Kobe?
No, it's whoever you take, give me the other guy. If you take LeBron, great, I'll take Mike or Kobe. If you take Mike, I'll take Kobe or LeBron. If you take Kobe, I'll take
in a comparison
LeBron or MJ.
To Jordan, Kobe's is not quite there. Like they're exactly the same, except one's a little better than the other one. I don't see how you could say, like, if Kobe
Here's
and
the
Mike
thing.
are available,
If
you
I'm-
got to take Mike.
If I'm starting a basketball team,
Yeah.
I'm taking LeBron number one overall. There's no ifs, ands, or buts
That's
about
how I
it.
feel about MJ.
Yes.
Yeah.
If I want someone to take, and I know LJ's statistics are off the charts even with this as well.
Yeah.
If I want the single last shot, I'm taking Michael Jordan.
Right.
No question about it. In Kobe's case, when it comes to Kobe, again, I could do either one.
Mhm.
So when people talk to me about the GOAT conversation, and I said this before, I felt like the only separation for me, and this is not me putting my Mr. Bias hat on, is everyone else didn't have the expectation.
That's true.
So
Well, not since Kareem, not since Lou Alcindor had expectations
Yeah, but
been
what I'm
like
saying
that
is-
for a guy.
you're already coming behind greatness,
Right.
right? And then on top of that, if you fall short in any capacity, it's a failure. And short is if you never win a championship, if you just maybe only win one championship.
Sure.
If you like
Yeah. If you're not in the GOAT conversation. Yeah.
So for me, that's the thing that separates. But if we're just talking basketball in general, I'm the type of guy, hey, take who you want. Because I'm going to build it. Who you take versus who I'm able to take will allow me to build my team a different
So
way. You
I
have to
would-
build a team
I would
differently for all
Put it
those guys.
slightly different than you. I would say if you're starting with nothing and you just want to get a team as close as possible to a championship, no matter who else you
Well,
have.
we starting a team. That's
I'm
nothing.
taking LeBron.
Of course.
Because he can take the least,
You
the
can do more
farthest.
with less. Yes.
But if I have even one other all-star on the team, give me MJ. Because anytime he had that, he never didn't win the championship in under 7 games rather. Like if you gave Mike something to work with, he was going to kill you. But he couldn't drag a team of non-all-stars to the finals. Like LeBron could drag a team of non-all-stars to the finals, but LeBron could also play with all-stars and not win the finals. You gave MJ all-stars, it's a wrap. It's a wrap. He was going to win. And not only was he going to win, you weren't going to take him 7 games. So that depends on what you're trying to do there. But Kobe
Well, one team would have went 7 games
in what?
in the finals.
With Mike,
They just
you
never
said.
had a chance to play.
Who?
The Rockets.
Maybe they go 7. Maybe. I mean,
yeah.
they
I
went
think
7.
that-
The
because-
Knicks almost got them in 6.
No, but what I'm saying is I think that team was just built. It was it was constructed
to try to counteract it.
People put, like we could put a stat around everything, but it's just matchups, as you know.
Yeah.
The playoffs are always about matchups. But again, I like where you're at in the top 3. This idea of top 10, not in the top 10.
No, I'm
is
saying Kobe, the possible range of places where you could put Kobe are between 2 and 11. And I would put him
What
at
are you talking
I made
about?
the argument already. And I would say if push comes to shove and I have to rank him somewhere, I'd probably have him around 8. Because like Bill Russell never lost a game 7 in his life, high school, college.
See, I
pros
can't.
ever.
What
Was he 21-0 in
But
game
here's-
7s
but
or something
here's
like
the
that?
problem with that. I can't argue against that without it seeming disrespectful to
Right.
Bill Russell.
No doubt.
And I'm never going to
By the
disrespect
way,
Bill Russell.
that's why it sounds disrespectful to Kobe if I said that. But
you have
you got to rank him.
But you have to put some context to that.
Got to rank him.
You have to put context to it.
All right, listen.
We can talk about this
now
forever.
we're on the record. Yeah, now we're on the record about this. I wanted to talk about something that you brought up the other day. And I don't remember if we did it on the pod or we were behind closed doors, the Olympic team.
What about it?
Who's
we're
on
2
the team?
years out from the Olympic team.
Yeah, who's on the team?
Who's on the to-be Olympic team?
Correct.
Oh, yeah, we did talk
Who's
about that a little
going
bit.
to be on the team?
Who do you think is going to be on the
Well,
team?
if there's no LeBron, Steph, or KD,
There won't be.
because they're old.
You can't say that about KD. I've never seen somebody love to hoop more than that guy.
Yeah.
So he might, he could still shoot. So,
KD's been just an incredible player.
I mean,
It's unbelievable, yeah.
He's Mr. Basketball. There's no Mr. Basketball in the NBA, but if it was,
Do you know when I really
that
thought
should be a new award.
Mr.
The
Basketball?
Mr. Basketball award.
That's not bad. I really thought he took the next, like on Golden State, not because they won championships. They couldn't not have won the championship. They were too stacked. So to me, like all the credit he gets for winning come on, man, you stacked the deck. But what I did see from KD that year was he became an elite defender and an elite passer, I thought. I thought like no one ever talks about his overall game at Golden State got to absurd levels, in my opinion. You know, like he became a guy, never think of KD as you know, this great passer. He was on Golden State. He could do everything.
Well, KD's a basketball player, so people can stop whatever KD slander. He's a basketball player. End of discussion. He's a basketball player.
Yeah.
You may not like this, that, the third. The man's a basketball player.
Right. But I do think there's always a thing with him where, like, given his ability and his, like, there's talent and skill. Talent is what you're capable of. Skill is how you refine that, right? Both with KD.
Oh, I was about to say, what are you talking about?
Both with KD put him, like he should be number one, but he's not normally considered that way.
I never forget, while we're on the subject of KD, KD might have been a junior in high school. And AI used to have this softball game, like a celebrity softball game in D.C. And we used to all stay at the Ritz, 22nd M Ritz. So in the Ritz, there's also, I think it was an Equinox in there with a court.
Yeah.
So quite naturally, you got all these NBA players, current NBA players. It's a court there. People go down to the gym, whatever. So the night before, somewhere we were at, and KD pulled up. He was still in high school. So we like, you know, where y'all at? We at the Ritz. Oh, come through. We play some pickup, whatever. He comes the next day, and we're everybody's in the gym, kind of just hanging out, playing pickup. And when everybody
was he
started
7 feet
hooping,
at the time, or 6'11" plus?
He was at least 6'9" for sure. But the handle,
yeah, crazy.
we like, come on, man.
It's not even fair.
This is ridiculous. Yeah. And he went on to do whatever. But at that very moment, he could have played in the NBA right then and there.
He also like was an influence. Like guys like Wemby who are doing what they're doing. How could they not have been influenced by KD? You know, by a guy that size doing those things.
But you know, like if you see, I like to talk basketball from cities.
Right.
Right. DC and Seattle, when you're talking about basketball players, go to DC and go to Seattle. There's guys that's there that's not in the league, I can guarantee you, that are extremely tough. Steve Francis, the franchise, don't get enough credit because he was insane.
Yeah.
Must see Stevie franchise for sure. But then you go to the Detroits and the Chicagos and then the Philadelphias. And you have, LA obviously has a ton of, and so they become products of their environment. So that's how a guy 6'11" with a pat,
right,
like KD, you can have that.
So
that
okay,
handle.
so getting back to the Olympic team.
But the Olympic team,
if there's
yes.
no Steph, probably no LeBron, and let's say there's no KD. Let's just say because he'll be 100 at the time by then. He'll be almost 40.
That's not old.
Well, let's just say no KD. Okay. France, Germany, Serbia, Canada all got better and deeper. You and I have discussed the fact that they play together more. They think about this type of stuff more. So the issue is, no matter what names the United States puts out there, or look at those names, they're still running up against teams, right? And they have to figure out how to be a team. All that said, who is going to be on the American team?
So if I'm looking at the American team, the way I would look at the team, first and foremost, I'm going to start with guys that have a signature shoe. Because anytime you have a signature shoe, you want to be on that Olympic platform.
I see. You're motivated to perform.
You want to be on that Olympic platform.
But isn't that an impediment to playing together as a team? Or no? Or you're saying it's an incentive?
No, it's an incentive. So
okay.
This is just how I'm looking at it from my experience. So I would say, let's take the Nike signature shoe guys. Cade, Devon Booker. LeBron's not there, so he won't play.
So take that finger away. There you go.
So it's those two. And then he's not on Nike. But
Ant's not going to be on the team?
I'm doing Nike right now.
All right. Oh, okay. You're going through the different brands. Okay.
But then I'll do the legacy guys that's been on the brand. They may not be signature shoe guys, but they've been on the brand and they've been on the Olympic team for a while. Now I'm taking AD if he decides he wants to play.
Okay.
So those are your 3 Nike guys.
All right.
I'm going to stay in that brand. I'm going to go to brand Jordan now. So my brand Jordan guy is going to be Jason Tatum if he decides to play.
Okay.
We all know what happened. Just 4 guys. And the only other Jordan guy, I won't use this other guy yet. So let's just say those 4 guys. Tatum, Cade,
Booker,
AD.
Okay. All right, so far so good.
Now let's go to Adidas. For right now, I'm only naming Ant for right now. So it's 5 guys.
Okay.
Right? Let's go to New Balance. New Balance should have 2, probably. Tyrese Maxey and Cooper Flag.
Yep. So far, those are 7 guys you want on the team. Okay.
Those are 7 guys.
Yep.
Under Armour, you only have Fox now, and he
doesn't make the
play.
Olympic team.
He didn't play before. So
I like Fox, but he not on the Olympic team.
So could be a name, but we'll come back there.
Chet? I want Chet on the team. Well, by then especially.
It's 12 spots. So now we only have 5 left. Oh, I forgot one. Go back to Brand Jordan. Bam. It's 8. He just won a gold medal. You cannot.
Bam is really good. No, I don't want to talk about being disrespectful. I don't want to be. These are all excellent players.
You can't be disrespectful.
Those are all excellent players. If I'm thinking about the Olympic team, I'm thinking about the best players from the United States, and also you have to think about how they might play together.
But Eric, first of all, this is where, Max, you've been on TV for a long time.
Yes.
But this is what I do for a living. Okay. But
are you doing it commercially?
I'm not doing it commercially.
You're trying to win.
I'm doing it matter-of-factly. And
you're saying this is the reality.
I'm breaking it down. I'm not being biased here. I name guys that I represent that I'm not placing on the team. So I'm not being biased. I'm being honest.
I'm just saying when you project out 2 years.
Yeah, I'm projecting out.
I think of what Chet is going to be in 2 years versus what Bam might be. Give me Chet.
I am not knocking Chet.
Yeah.
But Eric Spoelstra's the coach.
Mm-hmm.
Bam just won a gold medal.
Okay.
And
I see what you mean. Yeah,
but also you need brolic.
Yeah. You need some muscle.
There's 8 guys.
All right.
There's 4 spots left.
Right.
Now, out of those 4 spots, if we wanted to just have a pool.
Donovan Mitchell?
You could say Donovan, but where does he fit amongst the guards?
You have a crowded backcourt. Oh,
right. You could say Donovan.
Indiana.
You could say Darius. You could say, I'm sorry, Tyrese Halliburton.
You
could say Halliburton. That's 9. He was on the last team. So that's
Halliburton's
9.
got to be there.
So there's only 3 spots.
Right.
That's 9 people. So there's only 3 spots. And out of those 3 spots, do you go an extra big?
Probably need it.
You can never have enough wings.
Yeah.
Right? So now when you think about it from that perspective, if I know Eric Spoelstra,
you got to see how some of these recent draft picks pan out by then
100%.
Yeah.
But also you got guys that right? Like shooting matters.
Right.
In the Olympics. It just does. You got to be able to make shots in the Olympics. So I'm going to go way out on the limb here when you talk about your guard play. We'll put a pool of guards, we'll put a pool of wings, and a small pool of bigs.
All right.
Now, I'm not saying that these guys,
you're just saying here are the candidates.
Right. So you want to put Donovan in that situation.
Yep.
Do you put Brunson in that situation?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, as a matter of fact, I don't see how you can avoid Brunson.
Well, you can because of size.
But Brunson's so good. Just on merit, I think he's got to be there.
Okay, so you got 6'5", you got 6'6", 6'8", and who else did we name?
I don't know who you're talking about.
And
At 6'8", 6'8", you're talking about
Cade is 6'8".
Cade. Halliburton.
6'5" is Halliburton. Maxey 6'3".
Yep.
Ant 6'6".
Yep. Ish.
Yeah.
6'5", maybe.
Booker 6'6".
Also 6'5", maybe 6'4",
Okay,
6'5".
but I'm just saying,
Yeah.
like, so where do you?
I don't
you
know.
have to
All I
think
know
about-
is I think it's like your top 10 with Kobe. I think Brunson's in there by hook or by crook.
Well, you're also a Knicks fan, and I love Brunson, but I'm just saying.
I'm just like on the merits. I think he's got to be in there. And also,
I'm not sure because you only got 3 spots left.
all right.
Because you can make look. There's nothing but top talent. These guys been on the select team. Garland's been on the select team. Mitchell's been there. Fox has been there. Brunson has been there.
Who are the other bigs?
Austin Reeves has been there.
Yeah.
Right? I'm going to give you a name that you're not even thinking about, but I'm just going to throw it out there.
Okay.
Because we're talking about 2 years from now.
Mm-hmm.
Con Canupa.
Yeah, by the way, he's just yesterday, I think, fastest to 100 threes made or something like that.
I'm just saying, when you think about, here's another name, Jalen Johnson.
Yeah. See, Jalen Johnson, I would say Brunson, Jalen Johnson, to me is a yes.
So you're saying.
Now you got to get a big.
So now you only have 1 spot left.
Yep, and you need a wide body or someone with some.
Well, you just said Chet.
But that's Chet. Oh, I see. Yeah, Chet's got to be there. So Bam has to be there. You're right.
This
You
is
need
what I'm
some
saying.
muscle. You need some muscle. Yeah.
So I like to do it, one, by shoe brands because that's just what I know.
Because you're thinking about somehow monetizing this whole thing.
No, I'm just saying it's just if you're a star player with a signature shoe, I mean, you want that platform in the Olympics. Your partners want that platform for you, et cetera. And then we haven't even gave guys like Jaylen Brown, Amon Thompson. I'm just saying.
But if you want shooting, you're not going to take Thompson. And you got enough guys who can.
But defense wins championships. You have to look at. But I say all that to say, we just named. We didn't name Castle.
No, I'm saying that's why you have to see 2 years from now
But this is why.
Harper and all these guys. Like, you got to see what it turns into.
But what I'm saying is the league is in good shape. First of all, we just naming all these people that we and it's more, right? We didn't name Paolo.
Right.
There's a lot of guys. Paolo's, what you mean? He's
no question. I'm just saying there aren't infinite spots.
Of
so
course.
There's going to be.
But again, we're also not thinking about the guys. It's in L.A. These guys live in L.A. Do I want to play on? Do I want to travel all these different places to come back? You got to have guys
who want to be there.
So you got to have guys who want to be there, and that's Grant's biggest job. It's like, hey, because it sounds good right now.
Right.
You don't know if somebody's wife becomes pregnant. You don't know if family trip.
Banchero's a fine, like, to me, like, when you start talking about candidates, that's like almost like alternates that you need to see if ideally you have your list and then you have guys who you plug in if this guy doesn't want to do it or that guy gets hurt or whatever.
Yeah, I mean, there's I'm just thinking about the talent within the league, the young talent. And then here's the other thing about the Olympic team. Talent is one thing. You can have all the talent that you want, but you also have to be willing to sacrifice because the Olympic team humbles you in a lot of ways. I mean, you look at Tyrese Halliburton, the type of person he was allowed him to sit there on that team and get DNPs the whole time, but yet and still, like he said, I got an A on the team project, and I didn't really do much. But that experience, right? The following year, he went to the finals.
Right.
So there is a lot of value to being there, especially when you had the vets on that team that you had with KD, Steph, and LeBron. So once they get through the talent pool, now you have to then start aligning with the character of these guys. And and you have to ask these questions. Hey, if you're on the Olympic team, are you willing to be on this team and not play? Because I was there when LeBron, Melo, and D-Wade actually played a little bit more. and with that whole situation, which they should have played and they came in, I think they finished the worst they ever finished that time. So there's a lot of sacrifice that also comes with being on the Olympic team. But what I would say to any guys who can play on the Olympic team, the select team, if you get the opportunity, you should definitely do it because it adds something to your professional toolbox, right? Going forward in your career, like getting that experience. As much as it is about your country, I get that, and that you want to lead with the pride of playing for your country. But there is something that adds to your toolbox of professional.
And things have just changed, man. Like years ago, you could trot out those names and go, that's enough. We should win. Even if the other teams play more like teams,
not anymore.
We should win. That's not the case anymore.
No.
The guys we just mentioned, I don't know that we win. I don't know that we win.
Well, you can only focus on.
I don't know.
But here's the thing: you don't know. Yeah, right.
Yeah,
we don't know.
That's
Nobody
where we
knows.
are in terms of worldwide basketball. We might not have enough, even if we take everyone we want to take on the team. We might not win.
Well, the Redeem team, you was like, oh, that team is definitely winning.
But that's not where we are right now.
But here's what I'm saying. But the Redeem team didn't think that way. They went into that saying, we're not underestimating anybody.
Yeah.
And those guys were there the whole time. They you couldn't deny that team. Now you have so much richness of talent. It's going to be less about the talent, and it's going to be more about your willingness to sacrifice.
Before we get out of here,
wait, did you do all your Christmas shopping yet?
See,
are you?
Let me ask you something.
I feel rushed.
When was the last time you chose a gift for anyone?
What you mean? I do it all the time.
You personally, or an
Yes.
assistant? Or I haven't chosen a gift.
What do you
just
mean?
all by myself.
This
ever,
is
I
an
think.
embarrassment of riches.
Yeah.
This is the third one.
Yeah, I don't.
And it's a flex. No, I like to get out there and get to it. I like to get out in the field.
I don't know what to get people. I
got an off-topic question for you.
Go ahead. Thought that was off topic.
Yeah. When the weather says there's 100% of rain, or there's 50% of rain, or 30% chance of rain, what do you think?
Well, no, I know the answer to this because it's been out there now the last year or so. It's that what 30% chance of rain means.
What do you think?
Most people think that it's a 30% chance that you will experience rain.
Yes.
But that's actually true because it's over a certain geographical area. 30% of that area will experience rain. Therefore, you're 30% likely to experience rain if you live in that geographical area, depending on where you are. What it doesn't mean is it's only 30% likely to rain anywhere. What it does mean is it will rain over 30% of the area, if I'm getting that correct. That's what I've learned on reels over the last 6 months or whatever.
I think you cheated. You're not that smart, Max.
No, I told you I got it from reels. Some popped up on my.
That is true.
Yeah,
I learned that, but I learned that not from reels.
From who?
Who did I learn that from?
Someone else who saw it on reels. Let's face it.
I think I learned it from. Was it a driver? I learned it from.
Trust me, he saw it on reels.
Yeah, I learned it from somebody, but I thought it was very interesting because this whole time we grow up and it's like there's a 30% chance of rain. It's like, oh.
It might 70% chance it's not going to rain, right?
But that also makes sense of why you could be, when I was a kid, you could be on one side of the street and it's not raining and it's raining on the other side of the street.
Yeah.
That it makes so much sense.
When you ask me about holiday shopping, you know what the problem is?
What?
If you have kids, if you're Jewish and you have kids, the Jews, we made a big mistake when it came to Hanukkah, okay? Now, Christmas used to be, 12 days of Christmas, right? When Coca-Cola commercialized Christmas in this country, it turned into like one day of, commercial extravaganza.
Right.
Now, the Jewish parents in this country were like, okay, our kids are all going to want to do Christmas. It's the greatest day in the world. Look at this thing, right? So Hanukkah's not like an important religious Jewish holiday. I think it is an important holiday. It's a secular holiday, really, that commemorates the struggle and uprising of oppressed people. Like, that's all good. But it's not an especially important traditionally day in the Jewish calendar or days in the Jewish calendar. But the Jewish parents are like, aha, we have Hanukkah. It's around the same time as Christmas. That's kind of going to be like our Christmas. They made a fatal mistake, Rich. They were like, okay, now Christmas is one day, right? There are 8 days of Hanukkah. The kids will get presents on 8 days. But what they did without realizing it is they turned the Super Bowl, Christmas, into the World Series. They diluted it by breaking it up into 8 days. Like the reason the World Series could never compete with the Super Bowl is until the deciding game, it's not for all the marbles. Super Bowl's all on one day, just like Christmas. It's perfect. All on one day.
So and do you feel pressured?
Well,
do you even buy gifts? So you do buy gifts.
For parents, it makes it worse because you got to buy 8 nights of gifts. For kids, it makes it worse because on 8 nights of gifts, one of them is book night. They're not psyched to get the books. When I was a kid, I would get like socks or something. Come on, man.
My dad stopped buying me gifts at like 10 years old.
Right.
So I never was really big on holidays.
Did you have a Christmas tree?
At all. Yeah, we had a Christmas tree.
Did you have presents wrapped underneath it?
Maybe one. Oh, well,
who did the wrapping?
What do you mean? Before, as a kid?
Yeah, as a kid, when you were a little kid.
Oh yeah, my dad was. Oh yeah. We had gifts. We had gifts to the. I had such a juxtaposition in my life because I know people be like, well, wait a minute. I thought he was. It was such a juxtaposition.
Of what?
Of like me, my sister and brother, sister's brother. When we in my early ages. Even though my mom was struggling, my dad made it like a thing. So we would have our own set of gifts, right? And
he was a store owner.
Yeah, but my friends would come over and they would be like, "Wow, y'all have all these gifts." And you know, my dad was a store owner, but my dad was he was a man's man. So, but then as I got older, when I say older, I'm talking about like 10, 11. Things went like this. And my dad was like, no, if you want certain things, then you have to work to go and get it. So I would spend the night over my Aunt Linda and Uncle Warren's house, or I was always somewhere else during the holiday, and people were nice enough to at least have me one box. And again, I'm moving around, I'm getting stuff all throughout the year. So I really wasn't crazy about gifts like that.
Right.
But it changes when you have kids.
So I'm saying, and I have daughters.
Daughters, you're screwed.
I don't know what these girls want.
Here's the thing.
Who could possibly know?
I can help you with daughters. My daughter's 23 years old. I can help. It goes in phases. Right. It goes in phases.
I got 17, 14, and 11, almost 11 now.
Yeah. You're on the death row of
Dude,
gifts.
I don't know what to get these people. I don't like...
Do you
set a budget? To get anyone, actually. Wait a minute. I don't know what to get anyone.
Here's why you have to do it this right.
You actually sit there and think, my son, I know he'll like this. My daughter, I know she'll like that.
Well,
none of your assistants or staff or no one does that for you?
Yeah, my office helps me order stuff online.
It, but you're the one who makes the choice of what to get?
Yeah, but you also have to
They even tell me what they want. I put it in my notes app. Hey, Dad, you know what? And then I can't find out.
But the reason why this is important, just like I told you, right now it's Christmas Eve. Yep. You have to get this right because tomorrow we have a slew of NBA games.
Oh, yes.
And you have a slew of NFL games.
By the way, do you
remember what I told you?
Yeah.
You're going to Florida. You cannot just be there glued to the tube.
Well, but this is what's interesting right now to me. If everyone's like NFL, wherever they go, they take over. They're invading,
Well, not this year.
Christmas and watch out, NBA. When I look at the offerings of the NBA versus the NFL, here are the Christmas games. Ready? Here, let's start with the NFL. Cowboys, Commanders.
Cowboys should win.
Skip it. Yeah. It doesn't mean anything.
But you still watch the Cowboys.
I'm not watching
Christmas.
Cowboys and Commanders, and you got to pay attention to the family. I'm not watching Cowboys. Lions and Vikings.
Well, that's it. Hold on. Okay, let's go back.
Yeah.
So the Cowboys-Commanders game, is a family game. So you can barely watch it.
You can put it on wallpaper.
Skim,
yeah.
And that's time with the family.
Right.
Okay.
Lions at Vikings. Time with the family.
Okay.
Okay.
Time with the family.
Now,
You're doing well.
The one that you might want to watch, but just because you want to check out how the Broncos look, is Broncos at Chiefs. I'm telling you, this
Mahomes,
is
no
Mahomes. Right.
Time with the family.
Right. Time with the family.
But,
now look at the NBA games. Okay.
Wait a minute before you say. Does any of those coincide with the NBA games, like same starting times?
You know, I don't have the schedule in front of me.
I know the Cavs play the Knicks at 9 a.m. our time.
Cavs at Knicks.
12 a.m. your time. 12 p.m. your time.
Cavs at Knicks.
You have to watch that.
That's a must-see.
Okay.
That's must-see
But that's
TV.
cool for me because it's 9 a.m. I can
your
can watch
hometown and my hometown. And by the way, crazy what's happened with the Cavs this year. Like the Knicks and the Cavs look like, these two are emerging.
But the best thing to do in that situation is not to panic. They just have to weather the storm. Back to the can you stand the rain? They just have to stand the rain. They'll be fine.
Right. Spurs at Thunder.
Must watch.
Must see TV.
That is, sorry family, but I have to watch this.
That's two.
But that's a commercial break type of
Mavs
game.
at Warriors. Now look, Mavs at Warriors is not must see TV, but
you want to watch.
It's better than anything the NFL is offering.
Okay.
That's number 3 on the NBA. Rockets at Lakers.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're watching
that game.
So now Mavs at Warriors is number 4 out of the 4 we've mentioned.
I'll be at dinner, but
and it's
but
still
I'll be
better
watching
than anything the NFL has. T-Wolves at Nuggets.
You want to see that game too.
So the worst.
Because by the end, you're well, here's the thing.
Steph Curry against Cooper Flagg is the worst offering that the NBA gives you on Christmas. That's amazing. That's an amazing lineup. You could argue, I think there are 2 must-see games, 2 I'd like to see games, like Cavs at Knicks, Spurs at Thunder, must-see.
And
Rockets at Lakers,
watch.
T-Wolves at Nuggets, like to see. Mavs at Warriors, yeah, not bad.
Yeah, you want to see well, the Warriors are always fun to watch.
NBA's eating the NFL's lunch on Christmas.
Well, they paid them back for what they did to the Cold Crush last year.
Yeah.
Because last year they came with the Juggernaut.
Yeah.
You couldn't beat that.
No.
The Texans, Beyonce at halftime.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Like an extravaganza.
That
is like, that's cheating.
Yeah.
Goodell, he came with the...
But damn, I know it's the way it works out too, but NBA.
But here's the thing. It's a good problem to have. Hopefully you're not too stuffed by the time, because I don't get stuffed. You get I don't get
the
stuffed.
Holidays. Well, first of all, to be a Jew on Christmas is Chinese food all the way. It's one of the great traditions.
I eat Chinese food every Sunday.
Like Christmas is for Jewish people is like it's a great day. Chinese food, watch the games. It's awesome.
So you never had like a
no, but you go to friends.
Rib?
No, you go to friends' houses. Like you get an invite to Christmas to friends' houses. That's nice, but it's nice when you don't. Also,
did you see Sham's report on the tanking?
The tanking stuff. Yeah.
What's your thoughts there?
Because
I know what I think, but I want to hear from you.
Every sport, in any game, you set up a game with rules. Competitive players will look to exploit the rules, right? So, like in baseball, balls and strikes are there to force the pitcher to throw something hittable to the hitter and to force the hitter to swing at it, right? But of course, that gets manipulated. So hitters are looking to draw walks, and that makes the game worse because it takes too much time. There's no action. But that's the exploitation, unintended consequence of a rule. Same thing in the NBA. A foul is there that results in a free throw to incentivize the defense, to punish the defensive player for not letting the offensive player work, But of course, that gets manipulated by offensive players. James Harden, Luka Doncic, they look to draw fouls, right? I mean, everyone does, but especially guys like that. And there's an answer to like the foul free throw thing. You can instruct your refs, if you think the offensive player is looking for the foul, don't call it. I think that it would make the game better. I really do. I think they should do that. I don't know what to do about tanking. I don't know how because for example, it's a different sport, but I'm a Giants fan, and this is not really a problem in the NFL. I hope the Giants lose every game. Because the season's over, I want to draft
they can take Arvell Reese.
Yeah, or trade out of you can get him, trade out of the first, get your linebacker, get a corner, get whatever you need.
Or Tate.
You get a lot. If you have the number 1 overall pick and you don't need a quarterback, you can trade down and accumulate draft capital, get 3 players you want out of that deal. So I'm incentivized as a fan. What are front offices thinking, right? In the NBA? Of course. So I don't know how to take that incentive away from teams to tank.
Here's what I would say. I would say when you're in Adam's position, you always have to try to do things to increasingly protect the integrity of the game.
Right.
And as much as people would focus on tanking, well, yeah, that's one aspect. Tanking is like, going to a friend's house. You're not going to eat everybody's cooking.
Mm-hmm.
People tank in different ways. So,
what do you mean tank in different ways?
There's a Sam Presti way of.
Okay.
I wouldn't say he tanked. I would say that
he knew this year is a rebuild.
Well, yeah, he didn't put a focus on winning every game. He put a focus on being able to evaluate talent,
right,
while losing. But they didn't play. They didn't just come in and just half-ass a game. He was evaluating the talent to a level in which he's seeing guys' character traits. He's seeing guys.
Wait, are you saying that Presti? This makes sense to me. But are you saying that Presti is not focused on losing?
No.
But the priority is development, this,
Yes.
and this. And if you win the game, great.
You win the game. But
Great.
if you lose the
so
game.
you're still competing.
Yeah, you're competing with understanding we don't have enough talent as a collective to win every game.
Right.
Or maybe not even to make the playoffs. But
So
we're going
that's
to be
not the
competitive.
priority every night.
But we're going to be competitive. We're going to play the right way. He's allowing the coach to work through mistakes. He's allowing his star player to build. So that was one instance. Hinkie, in the other case, with the process, was another way. That's the difference between my mom's macaroni and my aunt's macaroni.
But clearly, Presti's way is preferable.
Yeah,
he's a better GM than
I take
Hinkie,
my mom's macaroni over anybody in the world. But then when you add this dynamic of betting,
mm-hmm.
right? And when you get to the end of the year, where teams aren't necessarily, they know they're not going to make the playoffs and things like that. Draft picks and where you sit in the lottery order and things like that. Because now we have betting, you have to find different ways to. And this is not what I know. This is just what I suspect. I didn't get
your analysis.
I have not made any calls about this yet to get further updated. I'm just understanding what was out there from yesterday. So with that being said, I'm thinking our league is looking at this holistically,
mm-hmm.
and they're saying, how can we put things in place that protects us holistically? It's not going to necessarily take it all the way out.
I don't know how you can legislate tanking out.
You can't.
I don't see how you can do it.
You can't take it all the way out.
Maybe you can, but I haven't figured that out.
But you're gonna be able to monitor it in a way that keeps the integrity of the game. Because if I know anything about Adam, and I know what he cares about, is the brand of the NBA and the integrity of our game. And that's why I always say to the players, don't look at yourself as just a player on a team. And I know this is crazy because you're like, well, we're not really. No, you are a partner. You have to look at yourself as a partner because there's a thing called the BRI, which is basketball-related income. Everyone has a responsibility and a benefit from that basketball-related income.
You want the pie to grow.
You want the pie to grow. So your role in the partnership is to come out every night, give your all, represent the team, represent the brand of the league.
Talk to the media, all this,
all those things matter, right? And when you talk about the faces of the league or the face of the league, it comes with a lot of responsibility night in and night out. We just seen LeBron the other day say, well, although I'm honored to play on Christmas Day.
I'd rather be with my family, and that causes a whole problem.
But when you are the face of the league, your responsibility to being that face of the league is the marquee. Yeah, you're going to play 21.
So do you have a problem with LeBron saying that, or you think he's just being honest?
Listen, LeBron is in year 23, right? He's earned the right to he could have a sleeping bag on the bench for all I care. People talk about him eating fruit, doing it. Listen, and I'm not just, again, when you talk about critique, and I don't sugarcoat anything for any of my guys.
No, we talked on this show
se.
about I didn't like how he was fraternizing with the Phoenix Suns in that game.
I didn't either.
Yeah, right.
So
and we talked about it.
So we move on. But he's earned the right. He's not saying that. It's not like he's being what you call it, like I forget the name, but it's not like he's brushing it off. He's just saying, hey,
he's just answering a question on it.
Yeah.
Honestly, yeah.
But if you're asking me how I honestly feel, it's my 21st Christmas Day game.
So wait a minute. So how do you have an opinion on how to try to fight against tanking? Are there any you can't legislate it out totally? But
I always said I feel like holistically we should have thresholds as it pertains to every organization, and I think that as I talk to people around the league, whether it's at an ownership level, whether it's at a president level, or GM level, et cetera, I will say to you, everyone every day is trying to figure out how to be better as an organization, putting product on the floor, and just with everything else from medical to are we using AI to our benefit, everything. So I'm not saying that, I don't know if there's a world where I have an answer for that. I will say it depends on how you're approaching it. If you're approaching it from a development perspective, I think that is positive for the league. I think that, with everything that's happening in youth sports and the fact that youth sports in America is broken, it is broken. The more development you can get, the better. So if we're in the lane of development, that's one thing. If you're just trying to get however many picks, then that's a whole nother conversation.
His report was no team can be in the top 4 2 years in a row. Okay. New pick protection rules and locking positions after March 1st. Like I don't know.
I don't know. If
I don't even like that top 4 2 years in a row because what if you made a deal? I think the number, even more than tanking, the problem the league has is player movement is actually not fluid enough because you have to match contracts exactly.
Well, that's the second apron issue right there. But what Shams reported, what was that, yesterday? In the event, you won't get all of that. That's just like kind of throwing out probably what they're talking about, I imagine.
Yeah.
And I missed his call this morning, but I imagine that's what it is. And I know it wasn't nothing important because there was no text follow-up. But yeah, I think you would get some of something. You're not going to get all. And I don't like the top 4 because in that case, if you Boston, hell, we got Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown 2 years in a row. I don't know.
So so it stops good GMs from exploiting bad GMs as much as it does tanking. So before we get out of here, real quick. Christmas, what do you have plans? Obviously, where do you do this thing?
Yeah,
you got
Christmas,
the kids. What do you do?
Kids. I watched them open up. Well, again, my kids are like, my son wants money. My other son wants
send him cash
gifts.
like you're his grandma.
My daughter is, and I tell my kids listen. I told my older kids, get one thing this year.
Right. All right. Okay.
One thing. We're not doing it because you get stuff all year round.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's like, I never really cared for it to be only about gifts, I do understand. Let's spend some time together. Let's have some meaningful conversations at the table and not just be in the phone. We're going to dinner. We're gonna go to dinner, good. So that'd be great. And so we'll spend time together.
Well, listen, Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas to you too.
Thank you very much.
I'll watch games. I'll be watching games
all day.
I'll be watching games.
And when I say all day, I mean all day.
I'll be watching games, but I'll also be playing Rummy Cube and interacting. Stranger Things is coming out, so I'll watch Stranger Things.
The final season.
Here's the thing.
How many times can the nose bleed and she does the pound? I watch it with my kids. It's good.
I have to cheat because I've never watched Stranger Things.
Oh.
So now I have to watch.
Oh, you got a lot of watching to do.
No, I don't. There's a thing on YouTube
that catches you up.
That you can catch up to.
Yeah.
So that way I at least be in the know. I'm not watching 3,500 episodes of Stranger Things. That won't happen. But I at least want to be in the know so I can watch it. And then it's unfortunate that the golf course is closed on I think it's
Are
close.
you addicted?
I'm not addicted. I don't like that word, addicted. I am very, very, very acclimated to
Okay. Are
playing
you
golf
obsessed? Do you think about it a lot? Like you're driving, you think about your swing?
all the time.
Okay. That's
I'm watching on my whole feed. If you open up, when you go to somebody's popular page, that's a very risque type of thing. I found this out when I was at TikTok.
okay.
And they were like, let's go to your page. Because
I'm not on TikTok. I don't know.
I'm just saying, but your page says everything. It could be some,
Depending on what you look at and stuff?
depending on how you think, what you look at, and what you talk about, it could get a little
Yeah.
risque.
Yeah.
But if you go on my page, you're just going to see golf, and you're going to see vintage Porsches. That's it, pretty much.
For some reason on my algorithm, these guys pop up. I'm trying to remember the name of the show, and they're talking about what animals would win in a fight. The algorithm knows me.
Oh,
Yeah, the algorithm knows me.
yeah, because like jujitsu or something like
Krav Maga, but
I
I
don't
just
even know
like
what
I
that
just
is.
like I'm curious about. They ask like who would win, a pack of hyenas or this, whatever it is.
Is my weight?
I can't wait to hear the answer. What they have to say about it.
Did my do-rag lines go away?
Let me see. Still there.
They're still there?
A little bit.
You know what?
Slight discoloration.
Well, you know what? I gotta live with
That's it.
I think I had my do-rag on for like 36 hours.
That's too long, Rich.
I know, but I was distracted.
Slept in it.
Of course.
And then woke up and had a whole day and then slept in it again. It's too much.
I didn't have to go to the office, that's why.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas, Max.
Must be 21 and over and present in select states. For Kansas, an affiliation with the Kansas Star Casino, or 18 and over and present in D.C., Kentucky, or Wyoming. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit rg-help.com. Call 1-888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org/chat in Connecticut or visit mdgamblinghelp.org in Maryland. Hope is here. Visit gamblinghelplinema.org or call 800-327-5050 for 24/7 support in Massachusetts, or call 1-877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY in New York.